Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bomber Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfella, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Deontay Wilder, as we knew months ago, when we talked about it months and months ago, had fired Mark Breland. We talked about it, broke the news on Lion Killer Podcast, broke the news over here. But now his boy Shelly Finkel is talking, and it doesn't seem like they're going to bring somebody else in. It seems like Malik Scott and Jay Diaz is going to be the Bronze Bombers head coach going into the Fury trilogy, which could be the end of his career. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And obviously, what we took months ago when it broke, when Tay Jones was speaking in Lion Killer, was he was insinuating that Mark Breland was the one that, you know, put the shit in the water that made him slow down or did whatever he did, because they was talking about the hand wraps, and we broke the video on Instagram and my Facebook page. The link's in the description, where Jay Diaz was watching Tyson Fury wrap his hands. All right. So at the end of the day, if someone was in Fury glove, Jay Diaz watched them wrap their hands regardless if they covered the camera or not. So, you know, I got some inside information. Mark Breland ain't really said much, you know, and that's what it is, and that's real. What you got to understand is Mark Breland was a Shelly Finkel fighter. I don't know. I guess when Shelly Finkel was manager fighters, at one point Shelly Finkel turned into a manager to a promoter, back into a manager, and he helped Mark Breland financially be stable for the rest of his life. And Mark Breland is one of the greatest U.S. Olympians that you'll find. And I believe I read somewhere he got a Breland annuity where it pay him like $200,000 to $300,000 a year. So Shelly Finkel was the one, in my memory correctly, that brought Deontay Wilder and Mark Breland together, because of his previous relationship with Mark Breland and working with him as a fighter and setting him for life. So he put them together. Now, people are saying that Breland, you know, poisoned Wilder allegedly because of the Crump connection. All right. I don't know if that's true or not true, but I do know I got some information that, you know, Wilder wasn't listening to Breland. Wilder was breaking camp, chasing his girlfriend or wife, whoever she is, and he was not diligent in camp. All right. He would leave camp and go party and go try to chase that woman. You know, he'd break camp early. So then again, Wilder kind of got into those bad habits that a lot of fighters get into when they get success. It's easy I still work hard if I got millions and millions of dollars. It's hard. It's hard to wake up every day, like Marvin Hagler say, when you sleep in the silk seats and get to work. It's hard. And Wilder seen 20 million his last fight with the Brazil. I think he's seen 20 million versus Ortiz, and then he's seen 30 plus million versus Tyson Fury. So really, you know, he done made almost $100 million in his last 3 fights. So maybe even close to it. You know, it's hard to keep doing it. And then he also believed in his own hype. He stopped listening to Breland. Then Larry Holmes said Breland didn't know wasn't a good trainer. He didn't pour water on his head to cool him down in the Fury fight. So everybody has something to say. You know, Larry Holmes said he quit, which how do you quit and your trainer throws in the towel? I don't know. You think somebody that went through what Larry Holmes went through for beating up Ali, they got hate for no reason, would actually try to sympathize with Wilder, but we know how it is. It's the crab in the bucket mentality. But looking at it, you know, Wilder, it just seemed like a whole bunch of excuses. You keep Jay Diaz around, and what does he know about boxing? This is not me speaking on it. This is me talking to people about Jay Diaz. And a lot of people say Mark Breland was the one that saved Wilder and kept Wilder afloat this long. So the coach is always a scapegoat. The coach is the worst job in boxing, to be real. The coach. You know, the coach get all the blame and none of the praise when shit go right. You know, and, you know, I heard that Breland was the one saving that bacon. Breland was the one that was helping Deontay Wilder, you know, get over his, you know, the things. People say, well, Wilder's just a one-dimensional. That's Wilder. He started relying on his power. He started to believe his own hype. And if Wilder knew his history of boxing, it's always somebody out there that could take your power. You know, somebody took Julian Jackson power and gave it back. Sonny Liston, Lyles, Norton. You can keep going on. There's been a lot of powerful punchers in the heavyweight division and down. And it's always somebody that can take their power and dish it back if they hang around long enough. You know, so my thing is, you know, Breland ain't said nothing. Breland kept a closed mouth. I don't think Breland was the one that threw him under the bus. But guess what? Breland wasn't the day one guy, I don't believe. Excuse me. He wasn't. So Jay Diaz been there for a while. But, just you hear certain things, and this could be the end of his career. You know what I'm saying? All these excuses I heard is just to build the fight up. The water bottle, the stuff in the glove. I'm not about to fight nobody fair or legally if you cheated me before we go into the Malik Scott part. I'm not about to fight you fair. I'm going to go upside your head with a machete or a baseball bat. So I'm hearing that everything, all this stuff is for publicity. All right, if they had a case, they should have handled it in court. And that's my whole thing about it. It sounds like sour grapes. It's turning me off as a Wilder fan that he comes with excuses. Come back bigger, better, stronger, and fight this guy. He has a lot of different issues that I see before you even get into the boxing ring. Obviously, he can't trust his team if the water bottle and the glove thing is true. Not only Mark Breland, you can't trust Jay Diaz because he was the one watching Fury wrap his hands. 2, his strength and conditioning is not good. He can look good up top, but you look at his bottom, it's weak. He said he don't run miles. He only run sprints. That's good for basketball. Because in basketball, you have burst and, you have low points. You have to run miles in boxing. The distance not only makes your legs and your body stronger, but mentally, you're able to get stronger by running distances. Legs get stronger. See, his strength and conditioning is not up to code. His legs not strong enough. You can just tell the way he's not built like a boxer should be built physically. And then we get to the point where you get in the ring, it's some things he got to work on. You know what I'm saying? Leg movement, jab, just basic things he need to work on. So, basically it sounds like Jay Diaz and Malik Scott going to be his lead trainers. All right, Shelly Finkel told ESPN, I put the article in the description, that Malik Scott is going to have an expanded role in camp. And my thing is, Malik Scott had plenty of pro experience. He probably more qualified than a lot of boxers that put a towel over their shoulder, a lot of coaches that put a towel over their shoulder and say they coaches. But, like I said before, he should have went to go get somebody that can help him. Obviously, Mayweather offered to help him out, and I don't think that came from a place of, I want to help. I think it came from a place I want to take credit for you as a heavyweight. But Malik Scott been there throughout his camps, sparred with him. They even fought over there in Puerto Rico on the Danny and Herrera undercard. But, it's a lot that got to change in a short amount of time. His strength and conditioning got to change. You know what I'm saying? And then Jay Diaz don't bring nothing to the table boxing-wise. So really you banking on Malik Scott bringing something to the table. You banking on Malik Scott, being able to see from a third party that's not a friend what he need to do. You know what I'm saying? And you can't fix Wilder technically at this point. Well, you can bring his base in. You can kind of get him on his toes. You can fix that jab and get him popping that jab. You can teach him how to, punch in combination. There's so much that's missing there that he's been getting by with just off that big right hand. We can drop that right hand to the body. We can drop that jab to the body. We can double jab, triple jab. You know what I'm saying? Left hook, right hand, come back. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain things that he don't have. Imagine if he knew how to mix his punches up with that right hand and combination punch. He'd be a bad mama jamma. Be a bad mofo. But he don't know how to put combinations in. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to throw that right hook neither. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that Malik Scott gonna have to show him in a short amount of time. Dropping that jab to the pit of the stomach. He could beat Tyson Fury with a jab alone. Mix that jab in with that right hand. Drop that right hand to the body. But be honest, this ain't a recipe for success. This made me feel more confident that Fury gonna win the trilogy. All he doing is just took Mark Breland out and basically blaming Mark Breland for the last loss. All his excuse has been about the glove, the water bottle. It's been an excuse. Jay Diaz brought up the costume excuse. It's been excuse after excuse after excuse. Firing Mark Breland, which they did that months ago. We talked about that. Firing Mark Breland, excuse. It don't seem like he taking responsibility for his own actions. So what happens when you don't take responsibility? What happens when you make excuse after excuse? You lose. And then you upgrade Malik Scott and Jay Diaz. I don't think that make anybody feel comfortable. If you bring in George Foreman in for a while and show him how to get stronger and show him how to box, then we could feel a little bit more comfortable. But all he's doing is taking Mark Breland out, making him the scapegoat, and they boosting Malik Scott up. if Malik Scott been with you all these years and you knew him all these years, why ain't nothing changed? But I'm hoping that he get the win. But to be honest, I don't see it. But then again, Tyson Fury never defended a belt, so this would be his first title defense. So they say you don't become a champion for real until you defend the belt. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. But check out our heavyweight boxing playlist and boxing news playlist for more videos like this. So let me know what you guys think about the story. I'll put the article link in the description. Don't forget to check out our Facebook group and check out my other channel, March Sports Talk, right here on YouTube. One time we gone.